Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success, love, and opportunities while others struggle despite working just as hard? What if I told you there are 5 psychological principles that the most successful people use unconsciously every single day, and once you understand them, your entire life could change? Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll have the blueprint that separates winners from everyone else. Let me start with a story that perfectly illustrates what we're talking about. 2 years ago, I met Sarah at a networking event. She was working 60 hours a week at a job she hated, barely making ends meet, and felt completely stuck. Fast forward to today, and she's running her own successful consulting business, traveling the world, and genuinely happy. What changed? She discovered and applied these 5 principles I'm about to share with you. The first principle is what I call the magnetic mindset. This isn't about positive thinking or affirmations. It's about understanding that your internal state directly influences what you attract into your life. Think about it like this. When you walk into a room feeling confident and genuinely interested in others, people gravitate toward you. When you're anxious and self-focused, you repel opportunities. Let me give you a real example. My friend Marcus used to complain constantly about his job, his relationships, and his lack of money. He was trapped in what psychologists call a scarcity mindset. Everything he said and did came from a place of lack. Then he started practicing gratitude for just 5 minutes each morning, focusing on what was going well in his life. Within 3 months, he received a promotion he hadn't even applied for. His boss noticed his improved attitude and energy. That's the magnetic mindset in action. The second principle is strategic vulnerability. Most people think they need to appear perfect and have everything figured out. But here's the counterintuitive truth. Controlled vulnerability creates deeper connections and opens unexpected doors. When you share your struggles and failures authentically, you give others permission to do the same, creating genuine bonds. Consider Brené Brown, who built an entire career around this concept. Her TED Talk about vulnerability has been viewed over 50 million times. She didn't become successful by pretending to be perfect. She shared her struggles with shame and worthiness, and millions of people connected with her message. In your own life, this might look like admitting to a colleague that you're struggling with a project and asking for help. Often, this vulnerability leads to mentorship, collaboration, and unexpected support. The third principle is what I call value-first networking. Instead of approaching relationships with the question, what can I get from this person, successful people ask, what can I give? This shift in perspective transforms every interaction from transactional to transformational. Take Gary Vaynerchuk, who built his wine business by creating valuable content without asking for anything in return. He spent hours answering wine questions on social media, providing genuine value to his audience. This approach built trust and loyalty that eventually translated into massive business success. In your daily life, this might mean sharing useful resources with colleagues, making strategic introductions between people in your network, or offering your skills to help someone solve a problem. These acts of service create a ripple effect of goodwill that often returns to you multiplied. The fourth principle is intelligent risk-taking. This doesn't mean being reckless or gambling with your future. It means calculating the potential upside against the downside and taking strategic risks that have asymmetric payoffs. Most people avoid all risk and wonder why their lives don't change. Consider Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. He left a stable job at PayPal to start what many considered a risky venture in social networking. But he calculated that the potential upside of creating the professional networking platform was enormous, while the downside was manageable because of his skills and connections. That calculated risk created a multi-billion-dollar company. For you, intelligent risk-taking might mean leaving a secure but unfulfilling job to pursue your passion, investing in learning new skills, or starting a side business while maintaining your primary income. The fifth and most powerful principle is what I call compound consistency. Small actions taken consistently over time create exponential results. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a week and underestimate what they can achieve in a year. Look at James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. He didn't become a best-selling author overnight. He wrote consistently for years, publishing articles week after week, building his audience one reader at a time. Each individual blog post seemed insignificant, but the compound effect of consistent creation built a platform that eventually supported a book that sold millions of copies. In your life, this might mean writing for 15 minutes every day, exercising for 20 minutes daily, or reaching out to one new person in your industry each week. These small, consistent actions compound into remarkable results. Now here's what's fascinating about these 5 principles. They work synergistically. When you combine a magnetic mindset with strategic vulnerability, you attract deeper relationships. When you add value-first networking to intelligent risk-taking, you create opportunities others miss. When you apply compound consistency to all of these principles, you become unstoppable. The people who seem naturally lucky aren't actually lucky at all. They're unconsciously applying these principles every day. Sarah, who I mentioned at the beginning, didn't just stumble into success. She developed a magnetic mindset by focusing on possibilities rather than limitations. She embraced strategic vulnerability by sharing her entrepreneurial journey openly. She practiced value-first networking by helping other business owners solve problems. She took intelligent risks by gradually transitioning from employee to entrepreneur. And she maintained compound consistency by working on her business every single day, even when progress felt slow. The beautiful thing about these principles is that you can start applying them immediately. You don't need special skills, connections, or resources. You just need awareness and commitment to consistent action. Your life is waiting for you to unlock its potential. The question isn't whether these principles work. The question is whether you'll apply them. What's the first principle you're going to start implementing today?